Good morning, everybody. Sorry for my voice. I'm a little rough this morning. I've been bad. The weather's been all over the place where I am. It's been up, down, cold, hot. It's insane. And it's making the dry heat or the dryness in the air worse. So, yeah. Anyway, this morning I am going to read off a list of names that anyone can find on Google under the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem's webpage. These people all have one thing in common, and I'll tell you what that thing is at the end, okay? I want y'all to listen to what I'm going to do is I'm going to list their name. Now, with the whole minor thing, there's some children on this list, sadly, tragically. My husband and I had talked about it. We're not sure, but since these children were already listed, I don't think it's a problem, but I'm just going to say the person's last name and their age if they're a minor. I won't say their first name. But I want to honor them, and the only way to do so is to mention one or part of their name at the very least. So I'm just going to mention the last name on any minor, anyone under a certain age, obviously. Okay? We're going to start the list off, and remember, you can find this list on Secretary Kristi Noem's the government webpage under her. She compiled this list, okay? She's the Immigration, Homeland Security, yeah. Okay. 2019. Martinez, 8 years old, California. 2021. Anya, this one's tough, sorry. Valfolomeev, that's Valfollomeev, and she was 19 years old. Nikolai Oskin, 19 years old, both out of California. 2023, Rachel Moron, Maryland. Lisbeth Liz Medina, 16 years old, Texas. Angel Samanigo, that's S-M-A, wait, I've spelled that all messed up. His name is, or her name, I don't know. Angel, S-A-M-A-N-I-E-G-O, Samanigo, 59 years young, and that was in 2024. Okay. Laken Riley, 22, Georgia. Ivory Smith, 74 years young, Georgia. Wise, 10 years, Texas. Talia Crochet, T-A-L-I-Y-A-N, Crochet, 18 years. Rylan Onkale, 18 years, Louisiana. Police officer David Lee, 44 years, Missouri. Grayson Davis, 29 years, Texas. Melissa Powell, 47 years young. Reardon Powell, 16 years, Colorado. That was mother and son, by the way. According to the list, it was mother and son. Melissa Powell and her son, Reardon Powell, 16 years, okay, and 47 years. Joycelyn, strike that, 12 years, Texas. 2025. Haley Hagelson, 18 years. Brady Haling, 19 years. Both out of Wisconsin. Santiago Lopez Morales, 48 years, Texas. Lopez, 15 years, Kentucky. Megan Bass, 37 years, Illinois. Maria Pietes, 42 years. Young Pretez, Pretez, 11 years, New Jersey. So it was a mother and her daughter, I believe, out of New Jersey. Robert Bowles, 70 years young, Texas. Katie Abraham, 20 years old, Illinois. Louis Moros, 2025. Oh, that's pretty much it. That's the list. Now, that the people on that list that I just mentioned, and again, if your name was not on that list, if somebody you know or love was not on that list, let me know, and I'll make it known to the world, okay? I'll make it known. Their name will not be forgotten. Now, that being said, that list, all those people on that list have a couple of things in common. First thing in common, they were forgotten. They were not mentioned. There were no marches for them. There were no riots. Not that I want riots for them, but and they wouldn't want that either. But there were none of that. You see the stuff that's going on in Minnesota? None of that was happening for these people. You did not even mention their names. These are people, Americans, everyday Americans, whose lives were stolen by an illegal immigrant. Somebody who should not have been in the country. Now, every country has border policies and border rules. Every country. You cannot go to any country, to my knowledge, any country without paperwork. If you do, they consider it breaking their laws. Okay? You just don't do it. You can't. But for some reason, everybody wants America just to have an open border. This right here, this is the result of an open border. This right here is the result of not vetting people into this country the proper way. Some of those people were stolen from their families by gang members, by evil people who should never have been in this country to begin with. And you all defend. You defend them. You defended the person that stole Laken Riley from her mother and her loved ones. You defended the people that stole Ivory Smith from their family. You defended the people that stole little Mr. Wise from his family. You celebrated this. You defended them. You still are defending them. Liberals, leftists, whatever you want to call yourselves. I don't care anymore. Stop defending the indefensible. These people are not worth your defense. They are criminals. They are monsters. And they don't care about you. People who do what the people that did that, the people that, the criminals, let's call them for what they are, the criminals that stole these people from their families and loved ones, the criminals that stole these people on this list that I just read. You defended that. You cheered for them. You don't think about their victims. You don't think about, well, why is ICE after them so hard? Why is there a final removal order for them? You don't ask those questions. You just go, ICE bad, because the Democrats tell you to. And that's disgusting. Do you remember Laken Riley, young Mr. Wise, Mrs. Crochet at 18 years, Rylan on Kale at 18 years, Police Officer David Lee? Do you hold a vigil for them? Did you hold a vigil for Grayson Davis? Did you hold a vigil for Mr. Martinez? Did you hold a vigil for Anya, 19 years old, and Nikolai, 19 years old? Did you hold a march for Rachel Moran? Did you hold a march for Liz Medina? Did you hold a candlelight ceremony for Angel Samanigo, Melissa Powell, Reardon Powell, Joycelyn Nungary? Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway. Haley Hegelson, Bradley Haling, 19 years old and 18 years old, respectively, out of Wisconsin. Santiago Lopez Martinez. Did you hold marches for them? No. What you did was cheered for the people who stole these people from their loved ones. And you're still doing it. You are defending the indefensible. I literally saw a woman, and I'm not a man, a woman, I don't even know. I think it was a woman that was harassing an ICE officer. And she said, do you have a warrant? Do you, blah, blah, blah. He said, do you even know what this guy did? Mind your business. Do you even know what this guy did? And she didn't, of course. And he was like, you're defending somebody who harms children. And did she care? No. And we all know what I mean by when I say that sentence. Don't make me say it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We are better than this in America. This is not who we are. Minnesota rebels understand this. You are defending the indefensible. You are defending people who do not even care about you. Because believe me when I tell you, they don't care about you. You are nothing to them. You are useful idiots. Because they do not care about you as a person. or your wants, your desires. It's about them and theirs, and that's it. And if you don't believe me, get arrested at one of your little protest rallies. Are any of those Somalians coming to your rescue? Are any of the illegals jumping and coming and getting you out of jail for fighting their cause for them? No, they don't. They don't want to actually get in trouble. Because if they defend you or try to go and get you out of jail after you defended them, they would get caught. They're not going to put their freedom on the line for you. They do not care for you. They do not care about you. You guys have lost the plot so thickly that you literally are cheering for people who go against everything you stand for. You stood for LGBTQ+++++ community rights. They go, everything about them go directly against that. In their culture, it's illegal. It's considered a crime to be a part of that community. Regardless if you see the little TikTok influencers with their little head wrap, and I don't know what it's called, I don't want to be disrespectful by mispronouncing it. But you see them, regardless of those little TikTok Americans who converted to Islam and are wearing the headgear and everything. They're not really. They're pretenders. Okay? They like to dress the part and say the words, but they don't really know. Because I'll tell you what, they wouldn't be on the phone making the little TikTok post if they knew. Because in the culture that they're pretending to be a part of, it's against the law for them to do that. Women don't have the right to protest. Women don't have the right to speak in their culture. Do you understand that? Oh, they'll talk a good talk as long as there's a man standing there right beside them giving them permission. This is what you don't understand. You're defending people that go against everything you used to believe in. LGBTQ rights, trans rights, everything. Everything. And guess what? You're now defending those people that would literally do to you what you said Donald Trump would do to you, which he hasn't, because he supports that community. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like he supports LGBTQ++ rights. He supported, he was the one that did the whole LGBT+ marriage thing. You guys got way too many letters, man. It's a tongue twister. Anyway, my point is this. You all are defending people who literally would not offer you a seat at their table. And yet you still defend. Yet those people, the people that I mentioned on this list, say it loud, say it proud. The people that I wrote down, and I just scratched out the notes quick kind of deal, but on envelopes of all things. But, yeah. Say it loud, say it proud. Lakin Riley, Rachel Moran, Anya and Nikolai, Lisbeth, Angel, Ivory, Alex, Talaya, Rylan, David Lee, Grayson Davis, Melissa, Reardon, Joycelyn, Haley, Bradley, Santiago, Louis, Megan, Maria, Diana, Dinara, Robert, Katie, Louis, Maria, Maverick, Anya. Oh, I mentioned her already. And that's it. And that's only in the past 5 years. If I had gone deeper, that list would have been a lot longer. And that's only going back a few years. Okay? So maybe do your research before you pick up a sign and protest. And stop getting paid to protest. Because you're not a protester. You're a paid agitator then. If someone has to pay you to fight a cause, you're nothing but a paid agitator. You're not fighting the good fight. You're not a martyr for the cause. The only thing you are is a pain in the butt. Stop defending the indefensible. And when I say that, that means you are defending people who don't deserve your defense. People who harm children. People who do the most heinous of crimes. To people who are Americans, who have someone who lost them. Mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, children. I believe it was Rachel Morin who left 5 children and her husband. 5 children who will never be able to grow up with their mom again. You guys do everything you're doing for her? No, you didn't. Did you guys do everything you're doing for Lake and Riley? No. Promising young woman who had her whole life ahead of her? No, you didn't. Children on that list. The children who had their entire lives ahead of them. Do you think about them while you're defending the people that harmed them? Do you think about them while you're defending the people that stole the people on this list from their families, their loved ones? Moms and dads who never get to say I love you to their child again. Never get to hold their child again. I don't think you people understand what that would be like for someone. To have their child stolen from them. And then to watch as morons defended the very person that stole her from me. Okay? Now, I'm just saying it like that. I'm going to use me as a general stand-in, okay? You continuously defend people because you think you're doing the right thing, I guess, because you think, one, you don't like Trump, which I get. Okay, we didn't like Biden, but we dealt with it. And we said, we'll fix it during the election. And that's exactly what we freaking did. We made it too big to rig, kind of deal, as they put it. And everybody always says, oh, the Democrat with their talking points, they're just talking, or the Republicans with their crazy conspiracy theories. Funny how they're all coming out to be true. They said about the voter fraud, came out to be true. They said about all this stuff, that the illegal immigrants, the fraud, everything's coming out to be true. And yet, you still defend it. You still defend it. The youngest, I won't mention who they were. I won't say their name. The youngest child on that list. 8, I believe it was. 8 years of age. A baby. and you defend the person that stole his life. How can you sleep at night? You stand against our agents that are paid to remove the threats from our country, and yet, did you defend that child? No, you're defending the person that stole that child. You're defending the very people who create chaos, harm, and everything else in our society. Fraud, stealing billions of dollars from children. You're defending people who, in their culture, in their beliefs, it's acceptable to have a child bride. Do you know what that means? 9 years of age. I saw a report that they actually tried to change the laws. The government tried to step up in Somalia and change the law to make it illegal that you had to be 18 in order to get married. The men in that country had such a fit and through such chaos that they ended up keeping it the way it was. So, to my knowledge, you are defending people who are allowed to marry children, little itty bitty girls, your daughters. That's what you want? Because that's what you're defending. Now, if I'm wrong about any of this, because I'm not an expert, I'm just going off of what I've seen with my own 2 eyes and what I've read. Now, if I'm wrong about any of this, then I apologize right off the get and let me know and I will make a correction. But it's not Islamic phobic to want accountability. It is not racist to want accountability. It is not evil dictatorship and the Gestapo to want accountability. Tim Walz is using y'all as his mouthpiece because this is the guy that comes out during the campaign for vice president jumping around like a Fruit Loop. He doesn't care about you. He only cares that you're deflecting away from him. Yeah, keep looking at the rioters. Don't look at me. Keep looking at the craziness going on in my state. Don't look at me. Because I'm sorry, billions and billions of dollars in fraud go missing, money go missing, and he doesn't know. Oh, yeah, Minnesota, a great place to raise your family. Number 1 in state taxes, number 1 in healthcare, number 1 in this, number 1 in that, number 1 in fraud. With your quality leering centers. Now, the list that I wanted to read, and there's a reason why I wanted to read that list. Because when you hear all the names, when you hear a name mentioned in the news or on the internet, this person lost their life because of this incident with this illegal, you might not think of it. You might go, oh, thoughts, prayers, that's tragic. Throw a blurb out. You go on with your daily life. You forget about that person. The left will have you believe that literally they have one person. Literally one. Oh, there's one more. Charlie Kirk. Sorry, I forgot his name. That should have been the top name on the list, is Charlie Kirk. You folks out there will literally have all of this nonsense going on in Minnesota that's currently going on. The riots, the looting, the whatever, the burning, the everything. They're not peaceful protests. None of them are. When you track and stalk and chase down ICE and belong to a committee that teaches you and trains citizen, find out who that is and arrest them, by the way. But you don't train militia in the United States of America. What the freak is wrong with you? We have a military. And it's not you, Minnesotan liberals, whatever you want to call yourselves. You don't go to a watch group. They have a school. She was radicalized because they have a school for children where they literally teach the children to be liberals. They're poisoning the mind of the youth. They're indoctrinating them, or whatever you want to call it. But it's absolutely insane to me that there are people in this world that would do that to their children. But whatevs. Not my monkeys, not my circus, as my daughter would say. What I don't understand is this. How can you possibly be defending people? I don't give a shit about the rights, this, that, the other. You could say, oh, due process. Shut the hell up with your due process bullshit. Enough is enough. That list that I read shouldn't have one name on it. It should have 0 names on it. But it doesn't, sadly, tragically. Look at what happened during the Charlie Kirk assassination. You people cheered. You celebrated. That should have told you right then and there, wow, what type of person am I that I would celebrate something so evil and tragic? Regardless of how you felt about the person, it's a life. It's a human life. And then people are like, well, regardless, she was a mom. Regardless, she was a human. You're right, she was. It's a life that should not have been lost due to violence. But that violence she brought upon herself. Both things can be true. You can say, wow, this is a tragic situation that should not have happened. But I also can see that she should not have put herself in that position. She should not have been sending her children to a school where they teach liberalism. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm making it a word, liberalism. She should not have been there that day, chasing down, stalking ICE, after her and her wife learned how to do so from a watch group. And nobody sees that this is not okay. Not okay. And her wife, even though she's the one who said, drive, baby, drive, she's collected over $1 million. Was that the way you wanted to get a payday? I hope you feel good. Hope that $1 million helps you sleep at night. Your wife isn't here anymore because of you encouraging that. And yet you have $1 million. Grifter? I'm just saying. Seems kind of fishy to me. I can tell you right now that if I saw that story on TV, and let's say it was a completely fictional story that I saw on TV where a wife, a couple, a wife and a wife, turn around and one was harmed, like stolen, unalived or whatever, and this lady turned around and collected $1 million after encouraging her to drive, baby, drive. and encouraging that behavior, encouraging stalking ICE, encouraging chasing ICE agents down, and then she collects $1 million. Payday. Payday. That's the way I see it. I could be wrong though, but personally, that's because I'll tell you what, no amount of money would make me satisfied if I felt my husband was wronged in some way and his life was stolen. No amount of money would ever make it right. Stop acting like this woman. Yes, it was tragic. It should not have happened. She should not have been there. She should not have joined a watch group. She should not have been trained to track ICE agents, to chase and harass ICE agents, be given supplies to help track an ICE agent and distract and impede on their daily jobs. And the worst part is what you guys do not understand the most is that these people, ICE agents, are more American than the people you're protecting. They're actually American citizens who were born and bred in the USA, unlike the people you are protecting, unlike the people that you are marching for. So maybe let's stop being a puppet for the left and start using your own brains, look into stuff, actually do your own research, and I think you might be surprised that the right's a little bit right and the left's a whole hell of a lot crazy and wrong. Because, again, as many times as you say the names on this list, these people are now gone from us forever. Forever. And the people that stole them from us, well, they're living the high life, walking around free men or women. Why? Because you defended it. Because you marched for it. Because you held a sign for it. Maybe think about that. And remember, being young is great. Eventually you get older. And eventually you get to the point where you meet. And you are going to have to explain all of your actions here on this earth when he shows you your book of life. And once that happens, you're going to have a first-class ticket. So maybe think about that, because the behavior that you're doing right now reflects crazy. Okay? There has been so many, the Civil War, the Civil Rights marches, all of it. Peaceful sit-ins from the 60s, all of it. You think you guys are the first ones to protest and march and everything else? No, hell no. You're just a long super line of idiots. And that's fine. You want to protest free love, free everything. Give them everything for free. By golly, give it to them for free. But guess what? Then you pay for it. I think it's hysterical that people want to sit there and say, well, we should let everybody into the country. But when you ask them again, oh, well, we're asking people to sign up to take a Somalian family or an illegal family into your home, you immediately go, oh, no, I can't do that. You're not willing to put your money where your mouth is, or whatever you want to say, your booty on the line, your actual booty on the line. You don't want to give up your house. Oh, no. I guarantee you, I want to see a raise of hands. How many of you liberals will allow an illegal family or a Somalian family to live in your home with you? Because that's the only way they can stay in this country. I want to see a show of hands. How many of you would allow that? And I don't want to hear about, oh, money's a little tight, or I don't want to hear, oh, well, my husband, no, oh, well, I only have a 1-bedroom. Nope, don't care. I want to hear a show of hands. How many people are signing up for that? Because I guarantee you're not. You don't want to really put your butt on the line, which means you're just a paid agitator and you mean nothing. Your message, rather, means nothing to us. You're just loud, obnoxious, and annoying. And if we had one, a giant fly swatter, we just and send you home and shut you up. But you still got to do your little annoying marches and all this other stuff. But while you're doing your little annoying march in Minnesota with your little puppet Timmy boy there and Jacob Frack, I don't know, frickin' Frack, that's what I call them. Say their names. Frickin' Frack, Mayor Fry and Governor Walz, frickin' Frack. Say their names. Say their names. Governor Walz, Melissa Powell, young Mr. Powell, Governor Walz, Joycelyn Nungary, Governor Walz, Haley Higginson, Governor Jacob Frey, Louis, Jacob Frey, Megan Bass, Jacob Frey, Maria Petez, Jacob Frey, Robert Bowles, Katie Abraham, Lakin Riley. So frickin' Frack, say their names. This is what I'm saying. Say their names. List those people. March for those people. Defend those people. Not the indefensible that you are currently defending. Anyway, all you folks out there in computer land and out there in the world, I hope everybody has an awesome day today. We got a snowstorm coming. My wishes are coming true. Because I made a post the other day that said, and I hope nobody took it to heart, but I had said, I hope with all the marches and all the rioting and everything else going on in Minnesota right now, I hope they get a blizzard and that lays a good amount of snow right over top of their city and quiets it down. Now, I don't want anybody to get hurt. That's not what I want. But what happens during a snowstorm? You don't leave your home, which means these Fruit Loops will be stuck inside. They can't go out and do their little marches, their little looting, their little rioting, their little demonstration. Because thank goodness I don't live in Minnesota, because I would not be able to tolerate that. I'd be like, yo, I will counter-protest you dumbasses. I would make it my mission to do it. Thank God. This is why I live in the woods. Because I can't stand humanity anymore. Because you have all lost your damn minds. You are literally defending people who harm children. At this point, do you understand that, liberals? That you are defending people that harm children. You got that? Okay, good. So there you be. Anyway, folks, that's it for now. I'll catch you guys on the flip side of things. And don't forget, like and subscribe. Help us get this video out there so everybody sees it. Because I think if you and I work together, we can get these liberal nut jobs to maybe understand that this is not okay. I guess. I don't know. I mean, this is literally, I didn't think when I made that list this morning, when I made this list this morning, I was like, maybe there'll be 10 names on it, 5 names on it, 10 maybe. There are a lot of freaking names on the list. Over 20. That's disgusting. It's scary that our country has devolved to the degree that it has. Nobody gets along anymore. And you know what? The whole world has gone to shit. Literally. You got what's going on Iran. You got wars. You got rumors of wars. By the way, I will be doing my Bible reading later on this evening. The book of Revelations. I'm going to start putting up a couple more videos because I think people need to see that again. Need to hear that message again. Because if you all look at the book of Revelations, everything that's in there is happening today. Is happening currently in our world. Everything that was mentioned in the book of Revelations has been going on in the world currently. Does that mean we're near the end times when Jesus will return? I don't know. I'm not a Bible expert. I can only tell you because nobody knows the day or the hour but the Father. Now, that being said, I can tell you this. God told us to look for signs. I'm seeing a whole bunch of signs. A whole bunch. By the way, somebody made a comment in one of my videos. They saw this. And they said, how can you be a Christian? Hello? We have skulls, don't we? It's a art project that I made. It's pure resin. It's a resin, and I made it with molds. And yeah, it's not anything demonic or anything like that. And I got my little boo-boos. Why? Because I think they're cute. That's why I collect them. Just like I collect candy. If you could see, I'm not even kidding. That whole bowl is filled with different varieties of candy. I still got my Christmas lollipops. See? And my pixie sticks. I'm like a big kid when it comes to candy. I love my candy. I love my sugar. I love my sweets. And somebody also saw something else on my counter that I should have had put away, and I apologize for that. That's why I'm trying to be more careful and face away from the table because but anyway, what I think should happen in the world is everybody needs to chill down the temperature. They need to stop. It's us versus you. It's them versus us. Blah, blah, blah. No, stop it. Stop it. And remember, we're all one race, the human race. Okay? That's that. Second, these ICE agents are doing their jobs. Let the law do what it will do. If these people are legally supposed to be in the country, that will sort itself out and they will be returned home. But if they are illegal in this country and they don't have the proper documentation, they need to go. And you need to let ICE agents do their damn jobs. And if you think it's cute or funny to interfere with the ICE agents, guess what? You're losing a losing battle. Because all that does is make Trump send more. And then these Democratic governors and mayors, Governor Walz and Kathy Hochul, knock it off. Don't get New York involved in this shit. Do not think you can sue the federal government. We're not voting Democratic in New York this year. We're flipping this shit red. We're sick of this nonsense. Did you ask us if we wanted you to sue the federal government? No. Trump, New Yorkers are not on board with our lawmakers, just so you know. Now, that doesn't mean we're on board with you necessarily either, Mr. President. No offense. But don't be a dictator. Don't be a king. And don't say stupid shit. Let your people talk for you. And you focus on what needs to be done. And as for the whole Greenland thing, maybe look into why Trump wants it so bad, because I did, and I understand. Because if Russia or China push up in Greenland, guess what? We're done. If Russia and or China push up into Greenland, which they had planned on doing, this is why Trump wants Greenland so badly, then guess what will happen? We, America, will then be speaking Russian or Chinese. We will be invaded. And we will have a war on our own turf, on our land, which has not happened. As far as, I mean, we've had wars, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so stop the craziness, stop the foolishness. Let the president do his job. Let ICE agents do their job. And you be an American citizen. Do your job. Be an American. Go to work, come home, do your family. That's it. That's all. Stop interfering with ICE. Stop thinking you're this radical, able-minded person that can go out and fight the Gestapo. No, you're foolish. Stop it. Stop it. All right, guys and gals, that's it. That's all. I will catch you on the flip. Don't forget, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Help me get to 100 subscribers so we can go live. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Be good, be kind, and remember, God loves you. Peace.